Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Subject to laughter or ridicule. A cable, wire, or rope that is used to brace something, especially a tent. An informal term for a youth or man. A nice guy. An effigy of Guy Fawkes that is burned on a bonfire on Guy Fawkes Day. Steady or support with a guy wire or cable. The Italians guide the Tower of Pisa to prevent it from collapsing. Subject to laughter or ridicule. Use foul or abusive language towards someone who is morally reprehensible. Subject to laughter or ridicule. 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 Any of the 12 pairs of curved arches of bone extending from the spine to or toward the sternum in humans, and similar bones in most vertebrates. A projecting molding on the underside of a vault or ceiling, may be ornamental or structural. A rib-like supporting or strengthening part of an animal or plant. A teasing remark. Cut of meat including one or more ribs. Form vertical ribs by knitting. A ribbed sweater. Support resembling the rib of an animal. Subject to laughter or ridicule. The satirists ridiculed the plans for a new opera house. The act of deriding or treating with contempt. Language or behavior intended to mock or humiliate. Subject to laughter or ridicule. His former students roasted the professor at his 60th birthday. A piece of meat roasted or for roasting and of a size for slicing into more than one portion. Meat, cooked by dry heat in an oven. Negative criticism. Cook with dry heat, usually in an oven. Roast the turkey. A cable, wire, or rope that is used to brace something, especially a tent. A cable, wire, or rope that is used to brace something, especially a tent. A cable, wire, or rope that is used to brace something, especially a tent. A man who is a stupid, incompetent fool. An informal term for a youth or man. A large tracked vehicle that is propelled by two endless metal belts, frequently used for moving earth in construction and farm work. Feline mammal usually having thick soft fur and no ability to roar, domestic cats, wildcats. A whip with 9 knotted cords. British sailors feared the cat. The leaves of the shrub Catha edulis, which are chewed like tobacco or used to make tea, has the effect of a euphoric stimulant. A method of examining body organs by scanning them with X-rays and using a computer to construct a series of cross-sectional scans along a single axis. An informal term for a youth or man. Any of several large cats typically able to roar and living in the wild. Eject the contents of the stomach through the mouth. A spiteful woman gossip. What a cat she is. Beat with a cat o' 9 tails. An informal term for a youth or man. An enzyme that catalyzes the conversion of superoxide into hydrogen peroxide and oxygen. Surface layer of ground containing a mat of grass and grass roots. Someone who engages in anal copulation, especially a male who engages in anal copulation with another male. An informal term for a youth or man. The poor sod couldn't even buy a drink. Cover with sod. Treat with contempt. The new Constitution mocks all democratic principles. Constituting a copy or imitation of something. Boys in mock battle. Imitate with mockery and derision. The children mocked their handicapped classmate. The act of mocking or ridiculing. They made a mock of him. Treat with contempt. A structural member used to stiffen a framework. Imparting vitality and energy. The bracing mountain air. A structural member used to stiffen a framework. A set of two similar things considered as a unit. Prepare oneself for something unpleasant or difficult. A carpenter's tool having a crank handle for turning and a socket to hold a bit for boring. Two items of the same kind. An appliance that corrects dental irregularities. Elastic straps that hold trousers up, usually used in the plural. Cause to be alert and energetic. Support or hold steady and make steadfast, with or as if with a brace. Brace your elbows while working on the potter's wheel. A rope on a square-rigged ship that is used to swing a yard about and secure it. A support that steadies or strengthens something else. He wore a brace on his knee. Either of two punctuation marks, or, used to enclose textual material. Support by bracing. An adult person who is male, as opposed to a woman. Someone who serves in the armed forces, a member of a military force. An adult person who is male, as opposed to a woman. A manservant who acts as a personal attendant to his employer. Jeeves was Bertie Wooster's man. One of the British Isles in the Irish Sea. Any living or extinct member of the family Hominidae characterized by superior intelligence, articulate speech, and erect carriage. All of the living human inhabitants of the earth. She always used humankind, because mankind seemed to slight the women. Game equipment consisting of an object used in playing certain board games. A male person who plays a significant role, husband or lover or boyfriend, in the life of a particular woman. She takes good care of her man. A male subordinate. He awaited word from his man in Havana. An adult male person who has a manly character, virile and courageous, competent. The army will make a man of you. Provide with workers. We cannot man all the desks. Take charge of a certain job. Occupy a certain workplace. Mr. Smith manned the reception desk in the morning. The generic use of the word to refer to any human being. It was every man for himself. A representation of a person, especially in the form of sculpture. The coin bears an effigy of Lincoln. An iconic mental representation. Her imagination forced images upon her too awful to contemplate. A visual representation, of an object or scene or person or abstraction, produced on a surface. A movie is a series of images projected so rapidly that the eye integrates them. A representation of a person, especially in the form of sculpture. The emperor's tomb had his image carved in stone. Jungian psychology, a personal facade that one presents to the world. A public image is as fragile as Humpty Dumpty. A standard or typical example. He provided America with an image of the good father. Imagine, conceive of, see in one's mind. Language used in a figurative or non-literal sense. Mathematics, the set of values of the dependent variable for which a function is defined. The image of f, x, equals x squared is the set of all non-negative real numbers if the domain of the function is the set of all real numbers. Someone who closely resembles a famous person, especially an actor. She's the very image of her mother. Render visible, as by means of MRI. The general impression that something, a person or organization or product, presents to the public. Although her popular image was contrived, it served to inspire music and pageantry. A representation of a person, especially in the form of sculpture. An insubstantial or vague semblance. Make stable and keep from fluctuating or put into an equilibrium. Support or hold steady and make steadfast, with or as if with a brace. Become stable or more stable. Make stable and keep from fluctuating or put into an equilibrium. The drug stabilized her blood pressure. Support or hold steady and make steadfast, with or as if with a brace. Become stable or more stable. The economy stabilized. Not liable to fluctuate or especially to fall. Relating to a person who does something regularly. A steady drinker. A person loved by another person. Marked by firm determination or resolution, not shakeable. Support or hold steady and make steadfast, with or as if with a brace. In a steady manner. Make steady. Steady yourself. Not easily excited or upset. Steady nerves. Not subject to change or variation, especially in behavior. A steady beat. Securely in position, not shaky. Held the ladder steady. Deprive of strength or efficiency, make useless or worthless. Cause to appear foolish. Prove to be of unsound mind or demonstrate someone's incompetence. Nobody is legally allowed to stultify himself. Disentangle and raise the fibers of. Tease wool. The act of harassing someone playfully or maliciously, especially by ridicule, provoking someone with persistent annoyances. He ignored their teases. Ruffle one's hair, by combing the ends towards the scalp, for a full effect. Separate the fibers of. Tease wool. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. The children teased the new teacher. Annoy persistently. The children teased the boy because of his stammer. Someone given to teasing, as by mocking or stirring curiosity. A seductive woman who uses her sex appeal to exploit men. Mock or make fun of playfully. The flirting man teased the young woman. Raise the nap of fabrics. Tear into pieces. Tease tissue for microscopic examinations. To arouse hope, desire, or curiosity without satisfying them. The advertisement is intended to tease the customers. Expose while ridiculing, especially of pretentious or false claims and ideas. The physicist debunked the psychic's claims.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.